Hi, good morning everyone. So we will start our webinar shortly as scheduled by 10 a.m. Okay, let's start. Everyone can see me, right? And hear me? Okay. Assalamualaikum. Good day and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining our today's webinar titled A Word About QGIS Plugin. So whether you are new to QGIS or an experienced user, we are delighted to talk about one of the most powerful aspects of QGIS, which is plugin. So for your information, this is our 10th session of our QGIS webinar series, and a warm welcome for the people who joined us for the very first time. Just a way of introduction, I'm Farida, a GIS Training and Marketing Executive at GIS Innovation Sdn Bhd. We provide GIS services as well as professional GIS and data integration training using specific tools or software. And then together with me today are my colleague. All of us will talk on our topic respectively about the plugin. So please welcome on board our speaker, Mr. Lias Mokrawi and Ms. Nurul Hazlin. Okay, Mr. Lias Mokrawi is our senior geospatial consultant with his extensive experience in geospatial field. He is also an accredited trainer with HRD Corp, Human Resource Development Corporation, and Ms. Nurul Hazlin, an IT analyst who assists the team with the plugin development process. So next slide. Just a few reminders before we dive in. We highly appreciate the cooperation from everyone to rename your display name to your real name. So we hope it could be done so we can address you properly during the Q&A session. So just a very simple step to follow, as you can see on the slide. You just go to the participant icon and go to your current registered name. Click on the three dots next to mute button and select rename to change it. So it's done. And then also please ensure you are muted for clearer sound quality throughout the session. Okay, for the next is our menu. So this is what we have, what we are going to cover today. So the first one, we will touch on the very quick brief on the introduction to QGIS and plugins. And then we also will look into the benefit of plugin. And the next one, we will share some sample plugins and also demo hands-on tutorial in QGIS. Then we move to question and answer session. So during the presentation, if you have any question to ask, you can type it first and then we will review it later. So let's start the session, and without further ado, over to you, Mr. Lias.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I hope you're well. Okay, something very special about this session. Well, I mean, the first thing is that, sorry, this is better, my microphone. This is our first session for the past a year, Farida? Yeah, okay. So it's been a year since we didn't do any webinars. Sorry about that. We try to do as many as we can. And so this is our first webinar in our new office that we have just moved to a new office. So that's the second thing. And the third thing, perhaps this is the highest number of participants that we ever had so far for the for webinar. Thank you very much, everybody, for being with us. And thanks, Farida, for the introduction as well. So today we are going to talk about plugins. Later on, we are going to give you the link to our website where we have all the recordings of the previous webinars. So this webinar is being recorded, right, Lynn? It's been recorded, and we are going to put all the key points into our website as well, the webinar website. All right. So introduction to QGIS and plugins. First question we will ask is, what is QGIS? Just in a slide, QGIS, of course, it used to be called Quantum GIS, and then they just use the acronym QGIS. Now they're using QGIS only. So it is an open source software. It is entirely free, meaning that if you have 100 people working in your organization, if you need to have some tools to digitize, to do some basic processing, 100 people can use the software. It's free. Well, I'm not saying, I mean, if you have commercial software, then just use the commercial software. But sometimes if you're short of budget, and also QGIS is a good addition to what you're using. QGIS is a user-friendly, it has a user-friendly interface. And well, if you use QGIS, you will be able to use any commercial software very easily, and vice versa. So if you use a commercial software, you can very fast get used to QGIS interface. It has a very wide variety of formats. Okay, so you can use all the most popular formats, including shapefile, GeoJSON, DXF, KML, MapInfo tab for those who are using MapInfo, personal geodatabase. But I have slowly started to move away from shapefile. Shapefile is a great format, but I'm moving into GeoPackage. GeoPackage is great. It's something similar to geodatabase, Esri geodatabase, but it is a more open format. So QGIS, of course, supports the geodatabase as well, but you have the choice to use GeoPackage, which is an open format. QGIS is cross-platform. So I always use Windows. I have tested it on on Linux. It works quite well. Mac OS, I never tried it, but there are many people are using QGIS on Mac. And they have a version on Android, but what we use the most is a Q field, which is to be able to update data on the field. All right. So tailored to your needs, of course, it offers plugins. That is the subject of today's discussion or webinar. So it has scripting capabilities using Python and enable users to create custom tools or workflows as well. There is maybe next time we do a webinar on the on the modeler that they have. Okay, it's like creating a workflow for data processing. So just a screenshot about the GUI for QGIS. So you use like any Windows software, any other software. Is very similar to any software. So you have the menu bar, the toolbars, the map canvas, browser panel. This is the browser panel where you can browse your data. Then you have the layers panel as well. And you have a status bar. The status bar shows just some status. Okay. Now, what is a plugin? That is the main purpose of this webinar. So a plugin it's a software component that enhances an application's functionality without changing its core. I'm reading this because Farida wants me to read this, but I'm going to explain that in more details. So in QGIS, so what do? These plugins, they add tasks that do not exist in the core program for anything, data processing, analysis, mapping, etc. So the key features extend functionality to QGIS, so they can provide new tools, support additional file formats, or enable specialized analysis that you do all the time. It is community driven. Many plugins are developed by the open source QGIS community and are freely available. Some of the plugins are not free, but most of them are free. I'm going to show you how you can install plugins shortly. All right. So what is a plugin in very simple words? So let's say I'm using QGIS, and then there is something that I need to do, but the tools are not available in QGIS software itself. So what I do is, if I have experience developing or programming using Python, what I will do is I will just create that tool. So I'm testing the tool, it's working, it's very good, no issues. And then I just share with the rest. To share with the rest of the users, I need to create a plugin, and then I have to upload it in the QGIS official repository, meaning it's a place where you can download or park your plugin for people to download it directly into QGIS. All right, so this is the simple explanation about the plugin. Some other products, they will call it, we call that add-on. Some other products, we call that extensions. All right, for QGIS, they call that plugins. Okay, QGIS, they have three types of plugins. Some of them are what we call core plugins. Core plugins, they ship with QGIS. So when you install QGIS, they're installed together with QGIS, so you don't have to download them. And then you just need to enable or disable the plugins. We are going to see one example of that. And then you have official plugins. Those are developed and maintained by the QGIS community. So one of it is the popular QGIS to Web, Time Manager, and Profile Tools. I'm going to just one step behind. For the core plugins, you have the topology checker. That's the one that I use the most. And then you have the toolbox usually. So these are the plugins that I use the most. Then external plugins, number 3. External plugins are those developed by users like you and me. So we develop, we say that we want to create something, and then we just use it. It works. I upload and let other people use those plugins as well. All right. So how to install a plugin? I'm just going to do the reading, and then I will show you how it works. So you go to the plugin manager. So in the menu bar, you click on plugins, select manage and install plugins from the drop down menu. Then choose choose all, meaning you are going to search in all the list of the plugins, or you're going to just select something or search in the installed plugins, or in the how do they call that, beta or plugins? How do they call that, Lynn? The plugins which are not ready yet. You are muted.
Experimental plugin.
All right, experimental plugins. Thank you so much, Lynn. So once you have found the plugin, you just click on install, and then it will install the plugin. So this is when you install from the repository, but you can also, if you have a third-party plugin, they will provide you with a zip file that you can just unzip. I'm going to show you that later on. So this is how it works. You click on plugin, and then you search in the list, and then you select the plugin you want to install, and then just click install, and then it will be installed for you. So this is how you install the plugin. Just click, and that's it. It's very easy, very simple, but always remember, always remember, when you want to download a plugin, it has to be, you need to have an internet connection, all right? Because it will be connected to the QGIS repository website. So you need to have an internet connection to download. All right. So this one I just, we highlighted this just to show that when you select this on the topology checker, it will tell you this is a core plugin, so you cannot uninstall it. All right. So this is the remark that we will have on the plugin. So this is the topology checker. So to check the topology for any rules, it's very powerful, very easy to use. So we have developed a few plugins, and I just want to share with you actually what they do. And but before that, let me go to QGIS. All right, so this is QGIS. This is my project. You can all see the screen, QGIS, there. All right. So what you need to do is you just click on plugins, manage and install plugins. Okay. All right, it's open. And then you just search here, for example, topology. So I have the topology checker. It is already installed, so I don't have to install it again. So I just click here, and now I have the button here that appeared. So if I turn on, turn off. Okay. If I look at the installed plugins, this is the list of the plugins that I have installed. Some of them I'm using, some of them I'm not using. Right. Not installed. This is the list of plugins I have not installed. And then you have this option, which is install from zip. So if the plugin is not available in the repository, somebody will give you a zip file, and then just select the zip file from your hard drive, and then you'll be able to install it if you want to. And these are some other settings. You can add some other repository. If you want to add third-party repository, you just do it from here. Okay, let's go back to our slides. Oops. One moment. All right. So we have created these three plugins because we needed to use them. So we just want to share. And these plugins are, of course, available on to be downloaded freely from the repository. Well, you may say that at least one doesn't make sense. Why do you want what do you use this plugin? Why did you create this plugin? But we explained to you the reason why we created that. So we have three main plugins which we have uploaded, and we are going to tell you how they work, what's the purpose of them. Okay. Okay, I think, Farida, can you present on this one? I'll let you present, yeah?
Oh, okay, sure, can.
Let me just stop presenting. Okay, stop sharing.
Okay, I will share my screen first. Give me some time. Okay, let's start. Okay, actually, what is a random point online plugin? This plugin is a research tool that designed for the researcher to help them in their work. So it allow user to generate random points online, and then easy to use with a very simple interface to select a line layer and then set the number of random points. The third one is very useful for sampling and distributing points on linear features, for example, like on the roads and the river. Okay, its main feature actually is allow user to to generate a specific number of the random points on lines, and then it's also allow user to choose specific line layer from the active QGIS project. So it can apply the random point generation. Okay, this is how to generate random points. So later on, I will show a demo. So we can access from the vector menu on the QGIS. It can be found under vector. Then you just click on the research tool. It will show the random point online icon. Or simply, or for the quick access, you just can click the plugin icon on the GUI. And then after select the plugin, the generated random point windows will appear. And then for this step, we need to select the line layer and also key in our random point and click OK button. Okay, next I move to QGIS first.
Can you do a demo to show us how it works actually?
Sure.
Okay, at the meantime, I just
Okay.
want to add something since Farida. People say, why do you want to create random points on the line? So sometimes some of the researchers, they need to create the points to do some random sampling, maybe along a river or along a road, along linear features in general. So maybe they don't want to do a sampling every 20 meters, 50 meters. So once they have that, later on, Farida, can you open the table after you generate the points just to show what's
sure.
the content? Yeah, then I will
Okay.
explain. Farida, let you continue. Sorry about that.
Okay, sure. Okay, this is my data set. So for better view, I will turn off all the unnecessary layer. So I will turn off. Let's leave the roads layers. Okay, from here, so we can select the plugin whether from the icon or from the menu, vector, research tools, and then random points. Okay, for our case, today we only have one line layer, so it will show as it is. If you have more than one layer, it will be listed in the drop-down menu, so you can choose it. Next, we define how many points you want to be generated. So let's, as example, I just put 5. Sorry, I move it aside first. And then click OK button. Okay, so once it's done, it will create a new layer called random points. So this is what Mr. Lias want me to open the attribute later. So for the example of the result, I will select one of the segment. Into selection. So you can see the result, it will have a 5 random point. And then I will open the attribute for random point. So this is information about the random points.
Okay. Farida, I just want to add on to this.
Okay.
So what we have done here, you can see the sets of, okay, one is, this is just an ID on the ID. And then next to it, you have distance, meaning distance from the starting point of the line. So depending on the direction of the line. But the owner of the line layer, we don't know exactly what's the direction. And then here you can see that X coordinates, Y coordinates, and then you have X coordinate projection CRS, then Y coordinates projection CRS. What's the difference here? They are exactly the same. X coordinates is actually the coordinate as per the as per the project CRS. CRS is the coordinate system. And then you have the X coordinates projection CRS, Y coordinates projection CRS. Those are the coordinates as per the data coordinate system. So sometimes the people will have, we need to have both. Like here is a WGIS24, so there's no issue. But sometimes, let's say, it can be your data is in GDM 2000, but you want to have the entire view in QGIS24. So it will have both sets of coordinates. I mean, just we thought of something to add on into the data. This similar tool is already available in the QGIS processing tools, but we have added some things, and we will be adding more features into this plugin for sure in the future. All right. So yeah, Farida, sorry about that. I've been interrupting you.
Okay, it's okay, Mr. Leo. So I think I'm done with my part. So maybe I will let my colleague Nurul Hazlin to continue with another plugin called Feature Transfer Tools.
Okay, so hi, I'm Haslin. So today I will explain about feature transfer to plugin. But before that, I will share my screen. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So feature transfer to plugin. Okay. For this plugin, it provides a seamless way to copy and paste feature between layer, and it also designed for copying one layer to another. User also have the flexibility to copy the attribute with the features. Okay, the main features for this feature transfer tool, it allows user to select source layer and also destination layer. Source layer and also destination layer to duplicate the feature, and then user also can select specific feature based on what field that you want. And then not just that, it also provides a search function to locate feature based on what field that you have choose. And after it also user also can choose to copy all or specific field from source to target layer, including geometry and attribute. Next. Okay, all right. So how to use this feature transfer to plugin? How to install the plugin is the same way like other plugin. So you go to the vector menu, and then you will see the feature transfer tool, and then it will display the interface of the feature transfer tool. And then it also has search source layer for features. For this section, it helps you to find specific features in the source layer by selecting a field and also a value. And then after you already search what unit value that you want, it will zoom, pan, or also highlight to the specific value. And then for the field to copy section, in this section, it will change according to what field that you choose on the search source layer for feature section. Okay, for fields to copy also, it has two, you have two things you want. It's either you want to copy all field, or you can select field to which specific field you want to copy.
Okay, so just can you go back to the previous slide, Lynn?
Okay.
Okay, so basically in the copy field, we are going to see that later. You can either select the fields that the values from the fields that you want to transfer together with the feature, or what you can do is copy all the fields. So these are the two options available. All right, thanks.
And then after you already select the field that you want, you can click the copy feature to layer button, and it will duplicate the layer that you has selected. Okay, so I will open my QGIS.
You mean the feature, not the layer? It will duplicate the feature.
I'll duplicate the feature. Sorry. Okay, so I already opened my QGIS. So for use the feature transfer to plugin, you can go, like I said just now, you can go to vector and then you will see feature transfer tool, or you can easily click the plugin icon here and it will display the feature transfer tool interface. Okay, for feature transfer tool, it is a dockable panel. So you can move and drag the interface to on the QGIS interface. You also can move the interface to the left side of the QGIS, or you also can drag, move and drag to the you also can move and drag the interface to whenever you prefer lah. Okay, so like for this one, I will put it back as default. Okay, all right. So, and then
One more thing, I want to add something very important. Usually, when I conduct training or we inform, we always tell the people, please, when you do GIS work, always use 2 monitors. 1 monitor is not enough. All right. So this dockable panel that was created for this specific work can be put on a different monitor. We cannot really see here, but you can just put it on one side on a different monitor and then use it if you need to use it. So it doesn't have to be on QGIS. You can just take it out from QGIS interface if you want, from the GUI. All right, so there's no issues with that. Okay, thanks.
okay, so I will proceed for feature transfer. Okay, the first, and there are 3 sections, which is layer selection, search source layer for features, and also fit to copy section. So for the first section, as you can see here, it has copy from layer and also paste to layer. So for copy from layer, it will display all the layer in the layer panel that you have, and you can select which layer that you want to copy. So let's say for this one, I will select building layer, and for paste to layer, I will select new building. But before that, I will show you the attribute table for building. You can open the attribute table, or also you can press the F6 button, key F6. Okay, so it will open the attribute table. So as you can see here, for the building layer, it has 9 columns, but for new building layer, it only has 7 layers. So I will show you later. Okay, next. For search source layer for feature, okay, for this field, it will change according to what layer that you want to copy. So let's say if I choose centroid, this also will change according to layer that you want lah. So let's say if road, okay, the field change according to the layer that you select.
So meaning that the selection is dynamic. Whenever you select a layer, it will automatically take the list of fields from that specific layer, right? Yeah.
Okay, so I will put back the copy layer to building. So for select field, I will choose full ID. And for this one also, for the search string, it will dynamically change according to what field that you choose. So for full ID, if you see on the drop down, you will see all the unit value. But if you choose, let's say name, it will change. The string also will change according to the selected field. Okay, so let's say for this one, I will select full ID. So, and then for search string, you have 2 ways to do it. For the first one, you can choose in the drop down, or you can key in the value that you want. So let's say for the value that I want, I will choose for, okay,
So the selection, whenever you type, it will autocomplete from by retrieving the values from the attribute table, basically.
Yes. So let's say I will choose this unit value, and if I click the search button, it will zoom and pan and also highlight the selected feature. Okay. So after you already select which feature that you want, for field to copy, this is the field for the layer. For this one, for this step, I will choose copy all field, and I click the copy feature to layer. So it will display a success pop-up that the features has already duplicate between the layer. So I will click the OK button, and I will open the layer that I have duplicate. So if I open the attribute table, I will see it has been successfully duplicate all the column and the feature in the field. Okay. But if let's say, okay, for this example, next example, I will choose another unit value. So let's say I will choose 468. Okay, sorry. 468. Okay, I will choose this unit value. And if I click search, it will zoom and highlight at the selected feature. So for this one, I will turn off the copy of field. And you will see the button copy feature to layer is disabled. So for this one, I will select specific field I want. So let's say I want full ID, building, and also height. Okay. So, and then I copy feature to layer. Okay, it's already successfully been duplicated. So, but for the first, but before that, I will open the building and I click the picture. If I open the attribute table, you will see this one is the building for the attribute table for the building. And then for the new building, I open also the attribute table. Okay, so as you can see here, the layer, the data is copied
Attributes are not the
only.
same. Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, wait, go ahead.
Wait. I turn off the. Okay. Oh, I select the wrong. Sorry. For building, okay, I select this picture. Okay, and then so for the new building, I also select this picture. Sorry. Okay, so let's see the attribute table. Okay, the picture, okay, kasam. Okay, so for the building, as you can see, it only copy the full ID, building, and also the height, since we select the field to copy which selected field that you want to copy. So the unselected field, it will not copy the data field. Okay. So I think that's all for the feature transfer to plugin.
Okay. So basically, you have control over not only the feature that you copy to the other field, but you have also control over the data or that you want to transfer to the other field, right?
Yes.
Because in the past, what I would do is, if you can mute yourself, it would be good.
Oh, sorry, yes.
So in the past, what I used to do was just to copy the feature, then paste into the other layer. But well, that were the tools that we had, and with the requirements that we had using to transfer the tools, that's why we created this specific plugin. Because when I copy one feature to another, what's going to happen is that it will look at the attributes that are in the target layer. So the target layer, if it has only 3 fields, it will just take the 3 fields from the from the main layer and then transfer them into the target layer. It would not take in consideration the other layers, the other attributes or the other fields, whereas sometimes I would need to transfer everything. So this is one of the reasons why we have created this plugin, meaning that some of the, as you can see, the tools are not available in QGIS. So we needed to create some special tools just to cater to our workload. All right. Okay, so thanks, Lynn, for your presentation.
Mr. Elias muted. You are muted.
Still mute. Still muted.
Still muted. Okay.
All right, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, okay, so let me just repeat what I was monologuing to myself. Yeah, so where did you lose me since? So what I was saying is that the tool that we created, this plugin, was mainly to be able to transfer not only the existing data in the target or the existing fields in the target layer, but also to be able to add more fields that we have in our original layer, and then transfer them into the target layer as well. So as I was saying, now it's my turn to present, and I need to share my screen. There you go. All right, and should be somewhere here. Okay, let me just show you. All right. Okay, that's not what I wanted to show, sorry. Okay. All right, the Easy Feature Selector plugin. That is something that we have developed like last month, and it is the most popular plugin that we have uploaded, and it's being downloaded very fast from the QGIS repository, and we even have received email to ask for more features. I say, hang on, no, we just have to. We are not focusing on this, but when we have the time, we will add the features you're asking for, provided that it goes into our pipeline, and to make sure that it caters our work as well. Because if you ask us to do something different, which is not supposed to be in the plugin, we will not do that. But anyway, let's go back to the Easy Feature Selector plugin. What does it do? It is it's a tool to find features on your map and select them. So it is pretty powerful. And we have created an easy-to-use interface that allows you to find your your features on the map and retrieve some of the data. Okay, let me just. Okay, I need this later on. So the plugin shows detailed attributes information, including whether a feature has geometry or not. Allows copying attribute data from the keyboard into external software, just to copy and paste information. And the icon for this plugin, we have chosen the state of Selangor, just a choice. Okay, we had that because we were working on that for testing, and so I said, okay, we just use this as an icon. So the main features, I'm going to go through this very quickly, then do the demo. So it allows user to select fields, select layers as well, display unique values inside the field, and then filter unique values for quick selection, control the zoom level to adjust we have a slider to do that, And then we have a two-way selection, meaning that if we select from the interface, it will select on QGIS on the map canvas. If we select from the map canvas, it will reflect back on the dialog box. So it's a two-way selection. Show attributes data for the selected features, including geometry. So if in the feature table, it will highlight features without geometry in yellow. We are going to see what is that. We can zoom, so we don't have to zoom in. We don't have to panic why it's not selected, because sometimes we have some layers. Let's say we have a polygon shape, but one or two records don't have geometry, so it will detect that as well. And then we can copy the data to clipboard for easy export. All right, so this is the interface. I'm going to do a demo and explain what is this. If you install this plugin, it will appear in the vector menu, and then the dialog box will appear when you click on that. So you can select, you can have the layer selection, the field selection, unique value selection, zoom, search and zoom options, and feature attributes. All right. So what we do is we will be able to select any field from this combo box, and then we will select once the layer selected, we select the fields. From here, when we select the field, all the unique values of that specific field will appear here. We can make a search. We just type for autocomplete, or we filter here. And then we have interactive zoom in, and then enable two-way selection. And just recently in version 2, what we have added the right panel. We have updated the right panel to make a second level selection. Second level selection is to refine our search. I will explain why. Okay, how to use the plugin. I'm going to show you that later. So once you have these are the attributes, just copy to clipboard and then paste into Excel, for example. Okay, let's go to QGIS. So I have, and by the way, all the plugins that we develop are included in, I go to view, then you have toolbars. The name of the toolbar is called My Tools. So you can just turn on and turn off the toolbar. So whenever we have a new plugin that we will provide for free, we will add it in the same toolbar called My Tools. All right. So we have, it will, you don't have to install all. Whatever you install, it will be included automatically. So this is the plugin. I will just click here. This is this interface is based on Windows 11. We have not tested it yet on Linux or Mac. So I'm sure there will be some feedbacks from the users. If I hover on this button, you can see that we can just choose if you want to tile or, put the windows side by side. I'll just click here and then I will click here. You see they are side by side. I will just put it back the way it was. All right. And here I have a list of 4 layers, including OpenStreetMap. But OpenStreetMap is a raster layer. This plugin does not support rasters. So if I click here, it will tell me this plugin supports only vectors. All right. So what I will do is I can just select another layer. I will select, if you can see, okay, if you can see here, I put these side by side. I will click here on segmented lines. So it will take the unique values from segmented lines. If I choose a different layer, let's say vertices, it will take, sorry, the fields, not unique values, the fields from the same layer. All right. If I click on here, lines, if I click here, you can see that it will automatically change. But if I change here, it does not change this way. So we have put an option, allow dynamic layer selection, meaning that it's two ways communication. If I click on vertices, it will be selected here. If I click on segmented lines, it will be selected here. All right. So you don't have to go back and forth to do the selection. In here, so I've selected the segmented lines. So I have the list of fields. I have this field called the distance. So this is from the table, and then it has taken the unique values. If I click here on the table, attribute table, I'm going to resize it. You can see that distance is different values. They are not unique values. But if I click on long distance, you can see that I have a few unique values. So if I change, if I click on long distance, I have the 3 unique values. All right. Now, let me go back to the previous field, distance. So if I click here, I have the values from the table, which are taken here. But, okay, I can see here that it has been selected. It's yellow color. Can you see on the screen? All right. So it has been selected, but what if my data was far away, like this? So what I will do is I will click on interactive zooming and panning to selected features. I click here, and it will bring the feature in the middle of my canvas. And what we have added is a way if we want to zoom in or zoom out. Okay. So whenever I select new feature, it will zoom and pan to that feature. Then we can just increase the zoom in and zoom out. Okay. But now, if I select something else, if I select long distance, oh, hang on a second. Before that, I just want to see some on this panel. And then we have the enable two-way selection. The two-way selection meaning that, let me put this a bit, I'm going to put thicker lines so you can see better. Okay. All right, that's better. All right. So if I want to select another line, you can look here at the information. So the information is already into my table, the info changes. All right. So we go through all the entire database or the entire attribute table. Right. I'm going to disable this. In the case if I'm taking, let's say, the long distance field, so these are the attributes, the unique values from the table. But what happens is, if I click on 2, all right, let me get back the attribute table, to the back. Actually, I'm opening new ones all the time. So it will take the first one in the group of unique values, so which is not very useful. So we have added a second level of selection. And then I can click here on additional selection. I can just select any other information, meaning that it will filter with another field. So whenever I change here, it will zoom to a different feature. All right. And if I want to copy this info in Excel, for example, I'll just click on copy to clipboard. And then I open my Excel sheet and then I just paste and the data is here. So I'll be able to, if I have to create a report or anything like that, so I will be able to copy this. All right. Now let's go back to the interface. Other things that you have here, the interface, all the items are collapsible. Okay. And then you can expand them back. Okay. And what you can do is you can close a panel if you want to just use something, just this side of the panel or the other side of the panel as well, right? Yeah, so this tool, we have been using it quite a lot in terms of, to make the selections of the attributes for projects. Is there anything else that has to be mentioned? Yes. Same like the previous plugin. This specific dialog box can be set and put on another monitor if you want to, or as I've shown you just now, it can be side by side with, okay, all these, I don't need them, these attribute tables. Okay, so side by side with QGIS if you want to, but this window is always on the top of QGIS, so you'll always be able to to access it. All right, so this is just to show you, practically what is the purpose of a plugin, why do you want to use it, and this will be useful whenever you have some specific info. Okay, why do we use it as a plugin also? Because I can always develop an application, a plugin, but what you can do is it's easier in terms of distribution, because if you are a big organization across the world, for example, and you are developing the same tool for everybody, there's no need for all the users to just a request for the download and then install manually. So if you put it on the QGIS repository and you don't mind other people to use your tools as well, whenever there's a new version, then the users will know that there's a new version and they will be able to download the new version of this specific tool, right? So this is for easy sharing as well, right? So yeah, this is all about this third plugin. We have some other tools, but we just use them internally. They're not really plugins, just developed for our own work, which perhaps we do plugins and share. The last slide I wanted to share before questions and answers is this. So for example, like the easy feature selector, which we posted created on 13th of November. We have, I think, close to 900 downloads. The feature transfer tool, a bit more. This is as per yesterday. And the random point online is close to 800 downloads. So we will continue maintaining these plugins for anyone to use. And that's about it for me. If you have any questions, please let's open the floor for questions. You can just type in. I'll let Farida continue. She's better than me in this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Ilyas, and also thank you to Hazlin for your sharing session and show the example of the plugin. So we drag a bit, so I hope the audience also okay, but we quickly move to the Q&A session. You are free to ask verbally, just unmute your microphone. And first, we can dive into the chat box. As I can see here, there is few questions. So I just read this first. The first one is from Ms. Norafika. is it possible to retrieve the Python source code for external plugin? Celeste.
Yes, because one of the requirements is that we need to put the source code in. If you want to put on QGIS repository, we need to put the codes on GitHub, so that everything is available on GitHub. All the plugins should have that. Yeah. Does
Okay,
it answer your question?
additionally, does it answer your question, No Afika? You can feedback us. So additionally, you also can ask us in both language, BM or English. We can answer that question. Next, the question from Wayne Tota. So actually, I just read here. She or he have been trying to install the plugins so that follow the rule and can't find it. Is there any particular link I can get to install on MacWord?
Okay, let me answer this question. Just a second. Okay. We have not tested it on Mac. All right. It should by right work on Mac as well, because there's nothing that we use which is specific to Windows or Linux. The reason why you may not be able to download the plugin is because of the version of QGIS that you're using. So try to upgrade your QGIS version to the latest version of QGIS. If it's the same, then maybe just can contact us and we see how we can resolve this. All right, Wayne? Can I answer Amanda's question? May I know if there is any plugin that can perform the digitization of analog maps? What do you mean by analog maps? Is just like paper maps that you scan? Is that Amanda?
Yes, it would be like a PDF maps or like a PNG. So is there a good way to digitize that?
You're not talking about, sorry, you're not talking about vectorizing, right? You're talking about digitizing.
Vector, well.
Meaning that you just put your map and then you just, you just use the
not
magic
GeoRef.
wand.
Not GeoRef,
If it's digitizing, QGIS has very powerful tools for digitizing. All right. You can contact us. I can send you the details. It's all built-in tools. All right. First, you need to georeference your map, and then after that, you start digitizing the map. It's very easy to do. You can just Farida, we have the contact email address later on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can just send us an
registered.
email.
Yeah. Okay.
They have built-in tools for that. Yeah, we can help you with that. Don't worry. All right.
Thanks. Just asking opinion from the expert. Thanks so much.
Very welcome. Hasron Sam, is that possible? We build custom GIS plugin that using AI model. This is for object detection, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think there is already one plugin at least which is used for that. It is you need to pay. It's not free. I forgot the name, but there is definitely. Hang on a second. That is for object detection, right? Object detection. And you have plugin, managing stuff plugin on, and then you have object detection. If you want to, hang on, I forgot which one.
How about if we want to do the detection on custom object, for example?
Yes.
So we develop our own plugin.
There is like this one, AI detection algorithm for remote sensing images. Okay, you have to look into that. But if you look at AI, but when you talk about AI, that involves cloud. So it can be paid or free, services. You have to search on that. I know for sure there used to be one for object detection, but it's not free. It can detect land, can detect cars, but just bear in mind that usually when you talk about object detection, it's not like, oh, okay, I use the object detection and then I can run it. It works. Sometimes, or most of the time, you need to build your own model. That may take time to build and then to use and so on, right? That's the best I can answer for this for now. All right.
Right, thank you.
All right, Captain.
Okay, next question, Mr. Elias. Can I use R instead of Python?
As I know, no, R is different. R is for analysis and you can do some programming, but it has to be Python. As I know, it's definitely you need to use Python. I have a question about how to plug in and open the base map. Antonio, I don't understand your question, sorry. Antonio, are you there? You can just type if you want. It's okay. Yeah, hi, Antonio.
I just want to ask about how to do plugin for OpenLMS because I already using the QGIS, but I didn't get to how to open the base map on the layer.
Oh, you mean the OpenStreetMap? This one? This one?
Yes.
Okay, so you just have to go to browser. And then for me, I have an extensive list. Oh no. Then you have OpenStreetMap. And then just drag and drop. That's all. I have two now. Okay, remove layer. Okay, remove layer. And to remove it. So just to repeat, you go to browser. If you don't have this, just go to view panels. And then you have browser. I have two here. I'm not sure why. So you click on browser. And then this will appear. And then you just look at XYZ tiles. You have OpenStreetMap. And then just drag and drop. And then you have to make sure that your map is at the bottom. So it doesn't cover these layers. Because it's drawn, they draw QGIS and most or all the software will draw from bottom to the top. Does it answer your question? Good. Okay, I go to the next question. If we update our QGIS to the latest version, do the old plugins will be disappeared, deleted? Well, it depends. If let's say the people update their plugins, there shouldn't be a problem. If they do not update the plugin, you may or may not be able to update the to use the plugin. So my advice to you is, for now, let's say if you're using 3 point something QGIS and you have the plugin, then you don't have to upgrade to the latest version. What you can do is you have to test on a third machine or second machine, install the latest version, and then search for the plugin. Once you confirm, then you upgrade your existing version of QGIS. Okay. Other than quick map service, is there any plugin for maps for base map, for example, tiles? Yeah, I mean, I've shown you the how you don't need the plugin for that. It's all built in already in how do you call it? Farida, perhaps later on we just show the website where they have all the list of XYZ maps. If we can find it again, there is a website where they give you all the list of all the XYZ maps. We can provide you the link. We will put that after we have the recording done. So we answer this question. Yeah. Okay, Farida. Can I? Thanks. Okay.
Last
Rahil.
question.
Okay. How strongly we can handle the heavy vector data in QGIS, like there is a limit of shapefiles and ArcGIS handles if through file database instead of what would be the limitation for the volume of data for QGIS? Well, the volume would, you have to look also at other things. I mean, not only QGIS, you have to look at your computer. What's the CPU that you have? Is it a fast CPU? Then you need to look also at the RAM. Do you have enough RAM? Usually, as for now, I always advise for the people doing GIS work to have a minimum of 32 gig RAM. The latest CPU they can afford, because of the the latest CPU can be very expensive. You just take one model behind that should be good. And also your hard disk, what kind of hard disk you're using as well. All right. So that affects the way you read and write the data. Now, when you talk about geodatabase, which geodatabase are you referring to? Is it personal geodatabase? Because if it's personal geodatabase, it should be able to read all the data. There's no issues with that. Whatever is being read by ArcGIS, QGIS should be able to read it. Talking about personal geodatabase. When it comes to shapefiles, so far I've been dealing with big shapefiles. How many records? I can't remember how many records. Thousands of records for sure. There's no issues with QGIS. To be really sure if you have ArcGIS at your office, you need to do the benchmarking by yourself. So you open one shapefile in ArcGIS, a big one, and then you open it in QGIS, and then you search. You look at the difference, how it loads, how it handles the data. But another thing that you have to look at is if you have both tools, and then if you're doing some specific geospatial analysis, you know that they both give the same result. Then you have to look at which one is faster. If your company allows to use open source, because some don't allow to use open source, then you have to stick to your commercial software, either ArcGIS or MapInfo, for example. All right. So you need to really benchmark the data by yourself, looking at the data that you have in hand. I hope this answers your question, Rahil.
Sir, yes, somehow it answered my question, but actually my thing is not about the system. If I have, in fact, the workstations that is having 64 GB RAM and also a heavy power computing system, but there's a limitation of the size of shape files. For example, I can have hundreds of thousands of data, polygons or lines or vertices, whatever, and we can handle up to 2 GB in shapefile. And ArcGIS do it in the instead of that they use file geodatabase, not the personal geodatabase. Personal geodatabase also having the limitation of the size, but file geodatabase has more indefinite sort of things. It can handle that. But whenever we are going to convert it on the QGIS, obviously I think what I am presuming that we have to divide it.
Talking about the personal geodatabase or the shapefile?
No, for shapefile data sets or maybe personal database.
I have never had a chance to use huge shapefiles. Theoretically, it shouldn't be an issue, all right? But if you say that there is an issue,
Sir, I use 2 GB shapefile in ArcGIS, and after 2 GB volume, if we are going to even add a single polygon in that, it get going to crash or maybe that corrupted in shapefile case. Then I have to convert it on file geodatabase.
Have you informed the developers of QGIS about that? Maybe there's a bug that they don't know about.
No, I don't inform. Maybe
usually,
I will.
So have you? If it's critical for you to use QGIS, what I would do is convert that shapefile into a geo package. That should be handled pretty well.
Geo package. Okay.
Yeah, GeoPackage is an open format anyway. So what you do is they have some tools, processing tools that you can use for that.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so if there are no other questions, I let Farida do the closing, if you don't mind.
Yeah, if no question, we are nearing to the end of our session. So I just give let's one or two more question if any has. Anyone? So if no, it's time for our group Wi-Fi. So if you don't mind, just turn on your camera, and please be informed this screenshot of our group Wi-Fi will be uploaded into our official website and as well as in our MyGIS also, MyGIS group.
We give you 60 seconds to switch on. No more than that.
Okay,
And
everyone.
just a word. Thank you very much. This is so far our biggest attendance, right, Farida?
Yes.
This is our biggest attendance, and we will continue
Appreciate
doing this kind of webinars whenever we have the time. So would that be all? Anyone else want to switch on camera?
Everyone is ready? Okay, maybe
Okay.
take a
All right.
screenshot now.
So okay, then you can just take the screenshot. Hang on a second, if you don't mind. Okay. Done. All right.
Okay, please
So
help me.
okay. We
Just
have
a
some.
just a small question that in upcoming webinars, please do share through that email or maybe the information if I would not have been in the group.
I think because you were not registered, can you put your email address now in the questions? Then yes, we will pick it up
Okay.
and make sure we include you. No problem.
Okay, I will just write it out.
Done, right? Screenshot.
Hang on a second.
Okay. Mr. Elias, we are ready for screenshot.
Sorry about that. I was searching for the email address.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Okay, got it. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
everyone
Thank you.
ready? Smile. 1, 2, 3. Another take. 1, 2, 3. The last one. Freestyle. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's all what we have got you here for today. So thank you for joining us. All the recorded webinar will be posted on our official website. So please check it out later.
All right. Rahil, did you send the email address? Okay, got it. Farida,
Yeah?
okay, can you please pick up his email address? Yeah, Rahil.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
sure.
Hey, thanks, Rahil.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you, and
Okay, thank you.
see you in next webinar. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.